everyone, it's Mari for Honeybee Stamps. I'm going to be creating this love-themed card for you today using some beautiful products from Honeybee Stamps, including the gorgeous Dogwood 3D embossing folder. This is just a really great folder that creates some beautiful texture on your paper. I'm also going to use the Love A2 cover plate. I just wanted to point out there's a couple of coordinating products that go with that in the Honeybee shop, including the stamp and die set. I'm not going to be using the stamp and die today, but I am going to be using that cover plate. And also I'm going to be using the scallop heart stack dies from Honeybee that are just so great for any type of project where you want to use a heart shape. I'm going to use this size of those stacking hearts here to create this white scallop heart. I'm going to pop that into the embossing folder, and you can just see how gorgeous the texture is on that project or on that piece. I just want to show you how I store my my Distress Oxide inks. I use the Totally Tiffany Chastity bag, and I'm going to do some ink blending on my A2 size white card front here for die cutting that Love cover plate. So I'm starting off here with some Spun Sugar Distress Oxide ink. I'm just blending that on at the top, and I'm going for an ombre look here with my pinks. So the next color here I'm using is Kitsch Flamingo, and I'm just trying to make sure that I go over the previous color a little bit with the next color, so you can see that I'm going over the Spun Sugar with the Kitsch Flamingo, and I'm just trying to create this really nice smooth blend between the colors I'm using here. This next brightest color of pink is Picked Raspberry, and you will see me going back over the other two colors after Picked Raspberry. I'll go back to the Kitsch Flamingo, blend back over the Kitsch Flamingo, and then back over the Spun Sugar again. And in between colors, I will often clean my brush with just a little bit of paper towel so that I don't really contaminate the different ink pads. But this brush is dedicated to pink, so it's not the end of the world, I guess, if I do get a little of the other pinks into those containers, because it's not really going to be a huge deal. But one way to kind of avoid really contaminating them is just to use a little bit of paper towel in between. And I did also want to really darken up that bottom color, so I go in with a little bit of Festive Berries just to create sort of like a really deep kind of rich pinky red at the bottom. And I just really like that dramatic change that creates, and I really, really love this color combination. And I think it's really pretty when it's finished. I wasn't worried about it being perfect because I am going to be die cutting this and distressing it with a little bit of water. So I'm going to run that cover plate through my die cutting machine there, and I'm just sorting the letters that are the offcuts here by color and where they were offcut from that piece of paper that has been ink blended. Now I'm just going to take my glue here, and I'm going to go ahead and glue this cover plate die cut piece onto my A2 size white card base, and then I'm going to fit the letters into the spaces there. Now I have gone ahead and die cut that cover plate from white cardstock twice more, and you'll see why I did that here in a second. First, I'm going to just go ahead and add a little bit of water with my Distress water bottle here, and then I'll pick up that excess water with my flour sackcloth, and what that's going to leave is just these really fun watermarks on the ink blending. I'll just take my heat tool here and dry that up a little bit. And now what I'm going to do with the white letters that were offcut from cutting that cover plate out twice from the white cardstock is I'm just going to go ahead and fit the white letters, the white cardstock letters, into those spaces. And I'll do that twice so that I get a really dimensional or some really nice dimension with the words as they're fit back in there. So I'm just going to show you putting in the first layer of the couple rows of the letters, and then I'll go ahead and do that for each one of the 4 rows of the letters for Love, and I'll repeat that process again. Then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and put the colored letters, the pink letters, over top, and that's just going to really bump those pink letters up so that they look just really, really cool in the background. So here you can just see I'm going to add the liquid adhesive over top of the white layers, and then I'm going to go in with the colored. And I am starting with the darkest offcut letters here at the top because I just felt like they would really pop off the background nicely if I kind of mixed up the colors here a little bit. So I'm going from darkest to lightest, which is the opposite of the ink blending. Then I'm going to go ahead and fill in the, I guess these are called counters. And I'm going to start with the lighter color here again so that the counter matches the background. And so I'll go ahead and get those glued in, and that is going to finish off that portion of the background. Now, when I was looking at this, I was thinking, how can I kind of level up this or elevate this background even more? So I decided that I wanted to use my clear shimmer spritz. And you could use any kind of clear spray that you have in your collection. I just go ahead and put that in my splat box, and I'm just spraying that, and it just adds this really, really pretty shimmer to the background. Just dry that a little bit, and now I'm trying to hold it in the light here so that hopefully you can see that little bit of shimmer. So now you can see that I also cut the scallop hearts from a piece of vellum, just slightly larger, the next size of the one that I cut in white. I'm going to be using the Bitty Buzzwords for my sentiment today. This is a fantastic set. There's a coordinating stamp and die set, and the die set actually has a shadow die and a scripty die for each one of those words. So it's a really, really great set to have in your stash. Now I have die cut the shadow from black, and I die cut the scripty word love from a really nice, pretty light pink cardstock that coordinates nicely with the background. I think this is Concord and Ninth Ballet Slipper, I believe. And I'm just going to go ahead and use my liquid adhesive to adhere those 3 layers of love together. And once I layer those onto the love shadow, the black, it's just going to look really nice. And I really love how that black shadow really pops off of the white heart. And I love pink and black together. I think it's just a really great combo. And so that's what I was going for here with my sentiment. So I'm just going to add the adhesive to the back of those 3 layers of the scripty love. I'll adhere that onto the shadow. And now I'm going to start to do the main assembly here. So I'll go ahead and add my cover plate piece onto my white card base, just making sure that I get that adhesive all the way around the perimeter edge and then a little bit in the center as well. I'll go ahead and adhere that onto my white A2 size card base. And now I'm going to add the 3D embossed heart onto the vellum using some foam adhesive. So I'll just add a little bit of dimension in that way using these foam strips from Altenew, and I'll just go ahead and adhere that on, and then I'm ready to get that glued onto the card base and add the sentiment as well. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of liquid adhesive to the back of that vellum and get that centered, and then I've added some foam adhesive onto the back of the word love, and just using my honeybee tweezers there to help me place that. I did stamp out the word sending from the Bitty Buzzword stamp set and trimmed that out to add sending to the sentiment, sending love. And now I'm going to use the holiday pearl stickers in really light pink to my project here. These are gorgeous, and I'm just using a pen blade. Honeybee does have these pen blades in the shop, and they are really, really great for adding their pearl or gem stickers. I love that the pearls and gems are self-adhesive. They've got the adhesive on the back of them, so they're really easy to add. Friends, that's my project for today. I have linked up in the description box below all of the products that I've used from the Honeybee shop today. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you were inspired, and I hope you get a chance to get crafty. I'll see you next Friday. Take care. Bye-bye.